Hi Virgo, here's a general look at your solar chart for August 2011. Now, your people skills, your communication skills are going to be required. This month's going to be a very strong pull for you to mix and mingle for work or pleasure. There could be a lot of fleeting influences keeping you mentally on your toes. However, there will also be a strong pull towards things going on behind the scenes, and your inner feelings may distract you or scatter you at times because you kind of may be mulling something over as well, or maybe being concerned about a relationship. But correspondence, bouncing ideas off others, working on the internet maybe, or connecting on the internet, social interaction for business or for your personal life may feed into ideas or projects you've waited to achieve for a very long time. Now, there could be an element of you, like I say, doing stuff in the background in a kind of a low-profile way, or maybe pulling the strings from the background, just keeping an eye on things in the background. There may be quite a lot going on there, but that's more on a heart kind of a level. And also there could be quite a few, sometimes unpredictable influences around you, but you'll have a tendency to push things forwards in cooperative efforts, or at least play a more decisive or leading role, or actually have others coming to you for your guidance, your instruction, etc. You will be feeling a little bit introspective, though, as I say, and also on another level more open to your imagination, your intuition, your guidance coming from the unseen realms, the unconscious, dreams, source energy. Others, as I say, though, could be relying on you, and maybe at times you've got to put your own desires on one side just to be there for them, because where Venus is up until the 22nd is the house of higher service. Also, the Sun is there until the 23rd. So there is a lot going on, as I say, on the outside, externally, but also there's quite a pull towards your more private world as well. So for you personally, this is a phase when you should be using your imagination, stopping the mind chatter and listening to the inner guidance, and perhaps reflect upon elements of the past, also go in for self-nurturing activities, but also very much you could be there to be the nurturer, the carer for somebody else as well. But try to go for activities which you can get really absorbed into, where you kind of forget yourself, and therefore it brings a stillness to your mind. Now, your ruling planet Mercury goes retrograde on the 3rd and will stay there until the 26th. So that means that plans or schedules, certain plans, schedules, expectations may go awry and just need rethinking, refining. Communications, equipment may have glitches, vehicles, transport, there could be hiccups there. You may be more inclined to juggle too many ideas at the same time. It could be like that. However it is, from the 26th, things should start to tick along more smoothly, and you're going to see the way ahead better. Venus is in a more background area, as I say, until the 22nd, so you and somebody else could be joining forces in a kind of a team, as a team, or for a team project, or for a health-related or spiritual reasons. And they could be providing service for you, but you could be providing a service for them. It's also about maybe a relationship that you're not sure about, or you're keeping quiet about, which is also, at least for you, going on in the background, or maybe it's for the pair of you. From the 22nd, however, Venus comes into your sign, and then you feel more outgoing, you're more ready to kind of be welcoming and sociable and really, jump into the stream of life. And it's a good time then for looking at your personal image, maybe having a makeover, or definitely for some retail therapy. Now, every month I talk about the slower moving planets. They don't move much month by month, but I'll just run over those ones again here now. Jupiter's new position will expand your world in positive ways over the next 12 months. It's in a really beneficial aspect to your sun sign, and this is very good news for you, Virgo. You could be growing academically because you're getting interested in something, or you could just be getting interested in it, just widening your scope, getting interested in another field of interest in some way. Your mental horizons could be broadening, but your life as well. You could be touching into new areas of interest. And Jupiter is about learning through doing, so it could be about communications, but wider communications. It could be about travel, faraway places, hands-on personal experience as you plunge yourself into new ventures, new activities, things which are for you unusual, and give you the chance to share your knowledge and abilities with others from various different backgrounds. So higher learning, teaching, unfamiliar environments, travel, long-distance contacts, all of that's going to be positively highlighted over this phase. Definitely a time for you to think bigger in those areas of communications, whether an education, whether it's you as the student or you as the teacher. You as putting your word out there, putting out the word in a bigger sort of a way. Saturn in your area of material security until 2012 as you look into the future, plotting, planning, scheming, considering your position related to your space or a space, or taking stock of finances, home comforts, health, that can be yours or somebody else's. And you'll have to be quite patient, work steadily and consistently at making whatever contacts you need to, or setting in place whatever you have to make improvements on these kind of basic material levels of life. So feathering your nest bit by bit, inch by inch, in advance as far as you can. Thing about Saturn is nothing ever happens fast with Saturn, so you've got to kind of pace yourself, play the waiting game. Another aspect, though, of this long transit is that you steadily develop your inborn assets, which are your gifts, your talents that you were born with. Everybody's got them, and maybe taking one off the shelf of a dark, dusty corner and blowing the dust off it and saying, I really want to see what I can be doing with this one here. And in this time when Jupiter is in an area to do with you expanding into new areas of interest, then that would be a good thing for you to be doing. And who knows? That could be become very lucrative for you in the future, generate more income as you apply those gifts or potentials, turn them into skills, and then apply them, though, in more effective, practical ways, and the energy from the universe is underpinning this. But you've just got to keep plugging away at it. You just got to keep being patient and being consistent. Uranus, the planet of sudden change and experimentation and unpredictability, has been shifting the balance in close relationships, sometimes in quite sudden kind of a way, evoking endings and beginnings in your maybe personal relationships or maybe business type relationships. They come and they go, they blow hot and cold. Now they're there, now they're not. Now they can, now they can't, sort of feeling, whatever that is. And Uranus is now in an area where you just need to learn how to be less emotionally involved, more detached, more seeing it with a philosophical kind of outlook. So anything around jointly held, what you share with somebody else. So that can be jointly held assets, jointly controlled resources. There could be a sudden letting go of a previous relationship or lifestyle. It could be that you've got to be more emotionally detached and be more the observer in quite an emotional area, which is, your deeper commitment with someone as well, but you've got to kind of pull back and see, the reality of it a bit more and not be just so on default setting with it, if you see what I mean. And you Virgos born in the first 5 days or with the first 5 degrees of Virgo rising will be feeling the on-again, off-again action of Uranus mostly this month. Neptune is reversing into Aquarius for a while, stay there till February 2012. So that means, again, more empathy will be needed in the service that you provide for others, or it can mean more imaginative ways of working. You adding a new string to your bow, and it's more imaginative. It's not so left brain intellectual, or it can mean that you're working more with spirituality or with healing. And if it's about a health issue, which it can be, then that can be to do with you or somebody else, then also very much looking at the subtler forms of healing, light healing, energy healing. And you Virgos born in the last couple of days or the last couple of degrees of Virgo rising, going to feel that mostly this month. Also, you Virgos born with the first degree, or first day, or first degree of Virgo rising, going to feel that this month. So for many years, Pluto is quietly and positively, very positively, underpinning all of your efforts to shift really internally, to make the changes with yourself necessary to be more personally creative, to live in a manner which is more empowering for you, that allows you to shine, to show your light, to be true to yourself. And this is part of a natural evolutionary process. It's very, very slow, the wheels turn very, very slowly, but you Virgos born August the 25th to September the 1st, and with 2 to 7 degrees of Virgo rising, should be feeling this vibration mostly this month, even though this is a very, very subtle kind of influence. From the 23rd, the Sun is in your sign, and that will accelerate things. That's almost like, waking up time, and that means the way should be clearer for you to get on with things that you're personally interested in, and doing things for yourself, to feel better in your skin, maybe, doing some retail therapy there. So that's it for August. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll add to or subtract from what I said here, and I'll see you the next time.